If you think about the most important inventions of all time, chances are that you're thinking about modern things like the internet, the telephone, or maybe even your Roomba vacuum cleaner. But did you know that many of the inventions we take for granted today actually originated in ancient times? And what's more is that they've been shaping our lives ever since. So in this video, go back in time and explore 5 of these ancient inventions that still have an impact on us today. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because it really helps us out. And also stick around until the end of the video where we reveal how you can get some free stuff just for watching. So, let's get started. Starting off our countdown at 5. We have the wheel. Most people believe that the wheel was invented by the Sumerians in Mesopotamia sometime before 3500 BC. However, there is evidence that the invention of the wheel may have been totally independent, having been developed by both the Sumerians and the Chinese independently within a few hundred years of each other. It is thought that these early wheels were solid discs made from wood, which would have been attached to a simple axle and used for transporting heavy loads. As you can imagine, this was a revolutionary invention that changed everything. Before the wheel, moving heavy objects meant carrying them either on your head or dragging them along the ground. Because the wheel allowed for the easy transportation of heavy loads, it revolutionized travel, trade, and even technology. For example, wheeled vehicles meant that traders could carry their goods much further than they could on foot. This led to new trade routes being established and the exchange of goods over greater distances. Additionally, the wheel had a profound impact on warfare, as chariots pulled by horses became an important part of many ancient armies. These chariots were faster and more maneuverable than infantry, giving them a significant advantage in battle. Furthermore, the invention of the wheel also led to the development of other technologies, such as the Potter S wheel. Overall, the wheel was a truly revolutionary invention that laid the foundation for many other innovations to come. And it's no wonder that its impact is still felt today. Moving on to 4. We have paper. Paper was invented in China in 105 AD by Ti Lun, who was a court official serving under the Han Dynasty. Ti Lun wanted to find a cheaper and more efficient way to produce paper. Since the current method of using silk and bamboo was expensive and time-consuming, after experimenting with different materials, he discovered that a mixture of hemp, bamboo, silk, and paper mulberry could be used to make a strong and durable sheet that could be written on. Once Ti Lun had perfected his technique, paper quickly spread throughout China and was soon being used for everything from scrolls and books to wall coverings and kites. It wasn't until about 700 years later that papermaking arrived in Europe and the Middle East. However, from here, it spread like wildfire and eventually replaced papyrus, parchment, and other writing surfaces. The impact of paper on human civilization cannot be overstated. It gave people a cheap and easy surface on which to write and record their thoughts. This led to the spread of knowledge and education throughout the world, as well as making it easier to communicate over long distances. Without paper, it's unlikely that we would have seen the same level of intellectual development throughout history. Coming up at 3, we have concrete. Concrete was invented by the Romans around 200 BC. They developed a mixture of volcanic ash, lime, aggregate, and water that, when combined, created a strong and durable building material. The Romans used concrete to build roads, aqueducts, and other structures that allowed their empire to thrive. One of the most famous examples of Roman concrete is the Pantheon in Rome, which was built in 126 AD. The Pantheon S concrete dome, one of the largest unreinforced concrete domes ever built. And it has stood the test of time for nearly 2,000 years. Even today, concrete remains one of the most widely used building materials in the world. Its strength, durability, and versatility have made it ideal for constructing everything from houses and bridges to dams and skyscrapers. In fact, over 10 billion cubic meters of concrete are produced each year. That's enough to fill nearly 4 million Olympic-sized swimming pools. What's more is that concrete is also incredibly fire-resistant, which makes it an attractive option for building in earthquake-prone areas. Although the Romans didn't use steel reinforcement in their concrete, modern engineers have found ways to improve upon the Roman formula by adding steel bars or other forms of reinforcement. Concrete can be made even stronger and more resistant to cracking and breaking. Thanks to these advancements, concrete has become a staple of modern construction, and its use shows no signs of slowing down anytime soon. Now, before we continue on with our countdown, now back to the video. Coming in at no. 2, we have the compass. The compass was invented in China sometime during the 2nd century BC. Early Chinese navigators used a combination of lodestone, a naturally magnetic mineral, and a spoon-like tool to determine direction. This allowed them to navigate the seas more accurately and efficiently, which was essential for trade and exploration. From here, the compass spread to other parts of Asia and then to Europe, where it had a profound impact on exploration and navigation. For example, the compass allowed sailors to explore new lands and trade routes, which led to the discovery of new cultures and resources. It also helped explorers navigate the seas, which allowed them to circumnavigate the globe. The compass has also had a significant impact on fields such as astronomy and geology. For example, compasses are used to map magnetic fields, which helps scientists understand the Earth's core and mantle. Compasses are also used in mining to locate valuable minerals, and in aviation to help pilots navigate. Without the compass, our understanding of the world would be drastically different, and our ability to explore and understand our environment would be greatly limited. And finally, coming in at no. 1, we have surgery and medicine. Surgery and medicine were developed independently in Egypt and India around 1500 BC. In Egypt, Imhotep is considered to be the father of medicine. He developed a system of treating illnesses and injuries that was based on observation and experience rather than superstition or religion. Meanwhile, in India, the father of medicine was China. He developed a system of medicine that was based on the balance of 3 humors, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, while many of the medical practices of the ancient Egyptians and Indians were eventually lost or forgotten. Some of their techniques and innovations had a lasting impact on the field of medicine. For example, the Egyptians kept detailed records of their surgical procedures and even developed specialized tools for performing surgery. They also made significant advances in the treatment of fractures and dislocations. Meanwhile, the Indians developed a system of massage therapy that is still used today. They also made contributions to the study of anatomy and physiology. Despite the fact that these ancient medical practices developed independently in 2 different parts of the world, they share some striking similarities. Both the Egyptians and Indians emphasized the importance of a holistic approach to medicine, taking into account not only the physical symptoms of illness, but also the mental and spiritual well-being of the patient. They also both recognized the importance of hygiene and cleanliness in the prevention and treatment of disease. Overall, the contributions of the ancient Egyptians and Indians to the field of medicine are significant and should not be overlooked. Many of their techniques and innovations laid the foundation for modern medical practices, and their emphasis on a holistic approach to healing remains relevant even today. So, there you have it. 5 ancient inventions that still shape our lives today. The wheel, paper, concrete, the compass, and surgery and medicine. These inventions may be ancient, but without them, our modern world simply wouldn't exist. Now we want to turn it over to you. Which of these inventions impressed you the most and why? Let us know in the comments below. And of course, if you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Until next time.